Yo, we back in here, bro. We at a new location. We're not at a new location. We're not on our bed. We usually live stream from our bed, but I thought we'd change it up. So we over here right now. We're ready to get right into this one. So let's go.
The 2025 Royal Rumble is shaping up to be a really big one. At least the men's side of the things feels like it, and it has a really star-studded cast that we haven't seen in years. With the likes of John Cena kicking off his farewell tour, Roman Reigns back in the mix, the first time he's been in the Rumble in years, CM Punk vowing to win the whole thing and finally get his WrestleMania main event, Drew McIntyre looming in the pack for revenge, and many other names joining the fray. But don't overlook the women's match either. The Rumble gets everyone talking about what could happen and who could show up as a surprise. The tried and true Royal Rumble return is like opening up a Christmas present of nerdy fan joy. Here are some of the biggest names that we think could show up and rock the Rumble, pun intended.
We got snowmen!
This is Sports Key to Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kellum. Do the internet thing. Hit the like button, get into the comments, and tell us who you think is going to show up at the Royal Rumble. Let's look at the Women's Royal Rumble match with just this week some breaking news about maybe the most popular women's wrestler of all time coming back to WWE. Starting with the man herself, Becky Lynch seems to be in a position where it's just a matter of when, not if, she returns to WWE. After taking most of 2024 off, she has seemingly put pen to paper reportedly with WWE, and a Royal Rumble return could set the stage for a long-anticipated jump back into the big picture. Charlotte Flair is another superstar who could be another two-time winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match. She has been teasing a return from a massive knee injury online for weeks now. Could she win it again? Another name that is returning from a knee injury, former NXT Women's Champion Asuka has had to deal with a serious injury that put her on the shelf since May of last year. The timetable for her return is not as clear as Charlotte's. So, is she bound for yet another Royal Rumble return like she made previously? But one name who could return from being laid out for a shorter period is Jade Cargill, who was brutally attacked and only recently started posting on social media, intentionally being vague and not posting any captions. It seems unlikely that she could win the Rumble, but she could rock the WWE Universe and finally reveal the identity of the attacker. Yeah, who did it? Alexa Bliss was reported by our very own WrestleVotes to be returning to WWE some time ago, but now it seems those plans could have possibly been put on hold due to other conflicting reports. Twisted Miss Bliss has been out of WWE for well over a year since having a child. What Alexa Bliss has as a presence and a character easily connects with casual and diehard fans, and the fact that she's been away for 2 years now means that everyone will simply be happy to see her. It's the exact type of Royal Rumble return that's going to make fans pop huge, and WWE is always knowing that that is a possibility that fans are looking forward to. And speaking of massive returns with big names that people would love to see come back, our very own WrestleVotes did it again. You can subscribe to our premium tier. Yes, join that now right here on YouTube to get big scoops like this. Nikki Bella reportedly is in some level of discussion for a WWE return sooner rather than later. Yes, easily one of the most popular women in the history of wrestling, one of the longest reigning WWE Divas champions, Nikki Bella. Quote, "She is back in the fold," says WrestleVotes. Get scoops like this joining our exclusive premium tier here on YouTube or Backstage Pass on Patreon. Over to the Men's Royal Rumble, we have 7 names, maybe even more, that we think could show up in the 30-man field. The first is Ilya Dragunov, who has been out of action for nearly 4 months now with a torn ACL. It was estimated that he could be out maybe even 6 to 9 months. However, recent reports have stated that the Mad Dragon is already back at the WWE Performance Center training for a return. Now, a Royal Rumble return could reintroduce him to the WWE fold right before WrestleMania, but Him bombing his way into a WrestleMania main event feels a little bit too early. Randy Orton could slither in here and really shake things up. Yeah, the only issue with that is with the Royal Rumble return, he's really tied to the story of Kevin Owens and his fake WWE Championship and Cody Rhodes and his legitimate WWE Championship, which they'll contend for on a WWE ladder match. But the idea of 50,000 people singing that theme song as a surprise Royal Rumble return is simply too good to resist. RKO's out of nowhere, we say. One name who can cross the line with WWE and TNA's now official partnership.
With Printful's Quick Stores, you can start selling custom merch online in just 10 minutes. Our expert team will handle the tech
For years to come is someone who became one of the biggest breakout names in pro wrestling in 2024 and recently defeated Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler, for the TNA World Championship. Say his name, and he could show up in Indianapolis. Joe Hendry, the believable Scottish superstar, is familiar with WWE NXT fans. His viral internet following has transcended the wrestling world. He's already calling out John Cena as well. If he shows up at the Royal Rumble, as he's been teased, or people think he's been teasing, it will flip Lucas Oil Stadium upside down. Big Battle Royal Rumble matches always need a big man. Omos has been killing it in Japan, one half of the GHC Tag Team Champions, and the first contracted WWE superstar to win a championship in Pro Wrestling Noah. He's coming off like a real merciless giant, and he could do that in the Rumble. And because of that, the next return that could really shake things up is Aleister Black. Yes, Malachi Black seems to be on the outs with AEW over the past few years, and unfortunately he reached a position where it looked like he wasn't going to climb the ladder any higher there. So maybe he makes his return back to WWE along with his wife, Zelina Vega. Based on the pun we made right at the start of this video, there's only one of these returns that could truly rock the Rumble in a massive way, and that's by having the final boss return in Indianapolis, The Rock. When he appeared on the Raw on Netflix premiere, fans were a bit deflated that he was seemingly more of a spokesperson for WWE and their big, upgrade to Netflix and less of the final boss character. He was more of a straight up, corporate steward of pro wrestling. Even he made amends with Cody Rhodes, which was really weird considering how heated their buildup was to WrestleMania 40 and the exchange that they had teasing something down the line on the Raw after WrestleMania when Cody won the title from Roman Reigns. This would be the best way to swerve fans and show them that the nice guy Rock that we saw just a few weeks ago was all just a big phony act. It doesn't matter if you believed it because The Rock is always playing the long game. Whether that means him winning the Rumble or not isn't something we're going to highlight just right now because it's up to you whether that would be a good or a bad thing. Make sure you let us know what you think and what other Royal Rumble returns you want to see or are.
I feel like there was a lot he left out. There was very much